Will they or won't they? This was a question the world had been asking for over a year now with regards to ceasefire in West Asia. First, it was Israel versus Hamas. We did not see any breakthrough there. But then, in a landmark deal brokered by US and France, Israel and Hezbollah did agree on a ceasefire after over a year of intense fighting. However, challenges seem to be emerging now. Hi, you're watching India Today Global with me, Ishita Mitra, and the big news we're tracking today for you is that it's just day 2 of ceasefire and Israel and Hezbollah have already started blaming each other for violations. Let me break it down for you. So Israel says that its air force carried out an airstrike hitting a Hezbollah facility in southern Lebanon on Thursday as the site was being used to store mid-range rockets, and this strike took place shortly after both sides accused each other of violating the ceasefire. Now, Israel claims that Hezbollah's actions, including some suspected vehicles arriving at various locations in southern Lebanon, violated the truce first, whereas Hezbollah's lawmaker has accused Israel of breaching the ceasefire first. Now, the militant group says that Israel was attacking civilians who were trying to return to the villages near the border. The Lebanese army has also backed these claims, accusing Israel of breaching the ceasefire multiple times over the last 2 days. Remember, Lebanon is located north to Israel, and thousands of people on both the sides had to flee the border region due to the ongoing conflict. And the conflict has been going on since October last year when the Israel-Hamas war started and Hezbollah pledged solidarity towards Palestinians. Now, many Lebanese families who were displaced from their homes during this conflict have been, trying to return and assess the damage to their homes and their surrounding areas. But what was the agreement that was agreed upon by both the sides, and what is the violation here? Well, the deal agreed by both the sides allowed for Israeli forces to take up to 60 days to withdraw from southern Lebanon. Now, during this period, neither side is allowed to launch any offensive operation. And the hope was that this truce would pave way for a more lasting peace in the region. But it seems now that there's a big question mark on whether or not peace will be achieved. Now, Lebanese sources reported that strike by Israel was carried out near Basarea. Now, this region is located north of Litani River, an area at the heart of the dispute. So, according to the ceasefire terms that both the sides agreed to, Israel had to dismantle military facilities south of Litani River. However, the deal does not mention any facilities to the north. And this grey area is probably what's causing more tensions to rise between the two sides. Now, in addition to the airstrike carried out in this disputed area, Israeli tanks also hit several towns and agricultural fields in southern Lebanon, and this injured about 2 people according to Lebanese authorities. And if you see, these areas are located just miles away from Israeli border in a region which has been declared a no-go zone by Israel itself. So, as tensions grow, Israeli drones continue to monitor southern Lebanon, and Israeli troops are also stationed along the border. Strict curfews are still in place in southern Lebanon, which basically limits movement from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. local time each day. And amid the rising tension, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has even ordered the military to prepare for more intense fighting if the ceasefire is violated again. You see, it's been just 2 days both the sides agreed to a ceasefire after very hectic negotiations that had been going on for months and months. Two superpowers, US and France, had to get involved in the process. They brought both the sides to a table to agree to a ceasefire so that we can go towards maybe achieving a ceasefire in Gaza and achieving more peace in West Asia. But just 2 days in and we have been seeing violations. And the future of this ceasefire is certainly very uncertain now. And we'll have to hope that both the sides stick to the deal agreed upon by them. If you see, the region has already suffered enough at the hands of terrorists. To quote some figures to you, more than 3,900 people have died in Lebanon. And this is since last October. And this is all due to the Israeli strikes going on and the fighting going on between Hezbollah and IDF. While Hezbollah's actions have also resulted in fatalities, about 45 deaths in northern Israel. You see, these are not just numbers. These are stories. These are people dying, people who had families, people who had nothing to contribute to the war. But still, they became casualty of the ongoing conflict between Hezbollah and Israel, because there is no question of peace, no question of negotiation, and no question of how do we go back to normalcy again. Well, that's it, viewers. These are the latest developments that we're getting from West Asia on Israel and Hezbollah, and how both of them have been breaching the deal that they agreed upon just 2 days ago. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll continue to bring you more updates from West Asia on India Today Global, where we simplify geopolitics for you.